My beard is coming in like C. Everett Koop. Good morning, internets and the rest of you. It's me, Ken. It's Monday. April, God knows what the fuck it is. We've been doing this for about 400 years. And I gotta tell you, I had a whole list of things I wanted to talk to you about, and then as soon as I turned on the recorder, bop, it went away. My brain has been relieved of any thoughts. So let me tell you about my weekend. How was yours? Did you go out? Did you have some fun? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Anyway, sorry, I'm losing my mind just a little bit. So I went out this weekend, went driving. And what I thought I'd do is I thought I would check out some of the hiking spots nearby, just to see how they're doing, just to see how full they are, just to see if I can access them at all for that time when I'm ready to get out and start hiking again. So here's what I found out. This weekend, a whole lot of shit in Orange County opened up, just like a whole lot of shit opened up across the country. And people were glomming onto each other and licking eyeballs and all that shit. I mean, yes, not literally, but you know, close together, no masks, totally within 6 feet of each other, touching like hell. See, you do this so that way, after you've spent a whole lot of time alone, away from the virus, you can get up close and personal, and up close and personal. And then you go home with covered in all of your germs, covered in virus, and then of course you can't get it, because you can't get it if you only do it once. So anyway, I'm out here at 6:15 or so in the morning, trying to stay away from people. God, what a stupid idea this was. Anyway, so there are just a ton of people out there, and the goal is not to be amongst tons of people, right? I mean, that was the point of all this. So we're gonna have to start doing things like walking at 6 o'clock in the morning, and maybe earlier. The sun is only barely over the horizon, might I say. In fact, I just did. Let us see. It's beautiful out here in the burbs. I was out this weekend because I realized that the window through which Vicky and I were spending weeks of wedded bliss has closed. We finally got on each other's nerves this weekend, and there's a whole lot of joggers coming up here. It's very irritating. Anyway, he takes a very deep breath. The window closed, and we got on each other's nerves, and I had to get out of the house. And Vicky had to get out of my way. We had to kind of get out of each other's way for a day or two. And who knows, that might continue. But you know, this is what happens, right? When you're in close quarters with someone and you've got to, good morning, and you've got to somehow, you know, live with them. Joggers. You've got to, you know, figure out how to make it work. The sun's getting right in your face, isn't it? You got to figure out how to make it work. So, here's what I'm doing as I try to focus my eyes to see the clock on the camera, 4 minutes. So here's what I'm doing today. This is my make everything right with Vicky plan, or at least make some things right with Vicky, or at least get her to shut the hell up plan. And that is that after I get back home this morning, I'm gonna do a thorough clean of our downstairs bathroom. Now I know what you're saying. Well, what the hell's that? I'm telling you, for my wife, that's gonna be something. And you know, whoever you're spending the eons of isolation with, do something nice for them. Something that they might do themselves if they weren't so damn lazy. So, I am towards the south end of the new coast. Lincoln Boulevard is just over there. So I gotta slow down because I'm gonna be hitting the street. So let's stay here a minute. Let's just talk here. The top of this fence is covered in water, so I'm not gonna lean there. I want to tell you about something I did this weekend, of which I am rather proud. So, I'm writing this series called The Breakthrough. Voila. The first book is out, of course. I'm working on the second. There's gonna be 9 books in this series. 9. I decided to do that because I'm a fucking idiot. I've written 2 trilogies thus far to date. One, the Runia trilogy, which was pretty good for something I wrote in the 90s. By which I mean it's a legacy thing out there. I like to have it out in the world just as my way of saying, yeah, that was me once. That's what I did once. And now here's my new work. Who knows how much longer it's going to be available. The legacy stuff, the really old stuff, I tend to have online for just a little bit of time. A little bit of time in this case could mean a decade, but eventually it's going to be taken down because eventually it's just going to look bad next to everything else. So that's one trilogy. And then the other trilogy, of course, is the Heaven trilogy, which was just completed with Heaven for Now. So I've written 2 trilogies, and this is going to be a 9-book series, and I have no idea how to write a 9-book series. But see, that's the fun. As an author, what I like to do is stuff I had never done before, and stuff I have no idea how to do, and figuring it out. So, here's the thing. Wow, that sun is now way over the horizon, and these sunglasses are going to be going on my face. So, here's what I do. I write the first book, right? I lay out as broad a world and as broad a mythos as I can. And then, in the second book, I do it again. And what I like to call populating. If I ever write another 9-book series, which you know I won't because I'm really old. So I take the first 2 books to populate the universe, to populate the series. And then the third book is going to kind of state the whole purpose for the next 6. So it's going to be the first climax in a series of, because it's a series. My throat is so dry. I have no water at all. And I'm not drinking out of a fountain, not at this point in history. So that leaves 6 books, right? So I've got a whole bunch of main storylines. And I mapped them all out this weekend for the first time. It was a lot of fun. Just seeing on paper what I've been kind of speculating about in my head all this time, thinking, well, it might be this, well, it might be this. Actually laying it down on paper. It was neat. So what's going to happen is, after the first 3 books, and you're going to know about this now, but it's not going to matter because they won't be out for years. After the first 3 books, after the first trilogy, is going to be 3 duets. 3, instead of 2 trilogies, 3 books of 2. And since I'm not doing them as 3 trilogies, but rather as 9 books in one series, I can do that and it's not a problem. So I'm really excited because not only do I get to write 9 books, it's almost like I get to write 4 trilogies without having to do all the work. Kinda nice. So I'm really looking forward to that. I can't wait to get to writing that. And of course, I won't write any more of that for years. I mean, this is a series of novels. It's not something I can do over the weekend, right? So anyway, it was exciting to finally get to that point where I know what the roadmap is. And I'm not just thinking, eventually he'll figure it out. It's kind of cool. It makes me think, hey, you know what? Maybe I can actually do this for a living. And I could if you'd buy the damn books. Anyway. I'm horrible. I'm an awful person. Some might even say an asshole. Others might even say, you're right, he is an asshole. Still others, anyway, I'm coming up to the end of the coves here on this side of Lincoln. I really, really, really want a drink. Oh, here comes a jogger. We're just gonna skip in this direction. Now we're getting into the crowds. And that's the thing. The other side of the coast is always way, way busier than this side of the coast. And unfortunately, you know, people are going to come this way. That's just how it works. So I don't fault anyone for getting out and trying to get some exercise. I mean, hell, I need it. You need it too. The thing is we have to be able to be respectful towards each other, right? Let each other not have the virus. It's asking a lot, I know. But that's kind of where we're at right now. So I'm coming up to Lincoln, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the other side to give you some idea of how crazy the other side gets and why I won't be walking over there, not for as long as I want to stay disease-free. It just looks like, well, of course now, okay, great. Nobody's over there. Ooh, I'm looking right into the sun, so I can't even see the angle. So I'm gonna get way up here, and there's somebody on the phone. I'm gonna let them through there. And yeah, you really can't see the parking lot because it goes down, so you really can't see it. But the thing is there's two cars there, and they're both from the county. Now, I don't know if maybe something was done to get everybody from congregating over there. But apparently something might have been done because there's nobody there now. Good for them. The sun. Bringing life to, God, I'm blind. Anyway, okay, that's it for me this morning, guys. I'm gonna try and find my way home now that I'm blind. You take good care of yourself. Be kind to others. Let's try to make this world a better place. I will see you soon.
And there you have it. You've just survived another Ken LaSalle video. For more information about new releases, projects in the works, or even stuff from the archives, head on down to kenlasalle.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and all around social media, just as long as it's called Facebook or Twitter. Thanks for your support, as always. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'll be back soon with more nonsense.
You know, a lot of people say that we in Southern California are not a religious folk, but I gotta tell you, if you listen real hard, you can still hear people calling us to prayer.
Hey, you praying? Better be praying. I don't see you praying over there.
Just over here crossing the street.
You better be praying.